All right, welcome back to a brand new video of the Target Individual Program, Target Individual Experience. I started doing the video and I realized something. The reason why they do certain things is to try to have me give away my location, so that way they'll have me giving away my location instead of them violating my rights, because they know they violate my rights every time they, track me or what have you. So to circumvent a way in which I would give them my location and such, they do stuff like this. And it didn't dawn on me until I almost finished up the video, and I was like, "Hold up, wait a minute." Yeah, it's the one thing I don't want to do. I already had another TI. I already had a TI who saw my video. I don't know how the hell she knew which apartment that to come knock on. I'm just like, why you know what I'm saying? But anyway. But again, I know it wasn't to my video, because I would never, uh, for example, the front of the building, that's fine. But in terms of apartment, no. And she came and knocked, and I told her, I said, don't you ever do this again. I said, you don't know what kind of state I'm in. You don't know, you could do this to another TI, and you know what kind of state that person in. And as a woman, particularly a female TI, you can get seriously hurt. I said, don't take those chances. Don't take those chances, right? If you want to contact me, Facebook, YouTube, even though YouTube have taken away where the messages that people send you messages, it's like, it's all in some, it's all, before it used to be very easy to read your messages on YouTube. Now they made it very difficult. But Facebook, right? And what they've done, like I said, is because I have over a decade of posts that I made about this stuff on Facebook. I've done videos on Facebook, and they deleted my Facebook account. I always say, when these criminals want to get away with what it is that they do, they are going to get rid of all of the evidence to show the way I've shown that this has been going on for well over 2 decades, to try to say, oh, this is just happening to this individual. No, I've been a TI for over 2 decades. Okay, that's a long time, right? My twin brother, over 3 decades. That's a long time. All right. But anyhow, I'm doing this video to show you guys that how they mess with my packages delivery. I did the package is coming in my daughter's name, because that's what, sometimes I'll do that, because she gets excited, when there's a package coming for her. So I ordered from the children's place on I think the 4th. Right, they shipped it out on the 8th. Okay, right. This is where it arrived at the regional facility in Georgia. Right. Okay. Went to arrived in New Jersey on the 9th. Okay. Then it arrived in Brooklyn on the 10th. Okay. They sent it to this was the distribution, the regional facility. They sent it to the USP, the Postal Service facility, right, on the 11th. Okay, and then they send it to Elmhurst. Now I think I did a video on this already. All right, they sent it to Elmhurst. Okay, and you will see here also, it arrived at the facility in Brooklyn. Okay, that's on the 14th. Okay, what am I missing here? I'm missing something here. Hold on a sec. Okay, all right. So it arrived at the facility in Brooklyn on the 14th. Okay, out for delivery on the 14th at 6:10 a.m. So it was out for delivery. Came to Brooklyn, they sent it to Queens. Why would you do that? Why? When I talk about this is done purposely, this is what I'm talking about, because it makes no sense. And when things like this make no sense, it's because it is targeted. They're harassing you. They are trying to use this package, this delivery, as some type of tool that they can use to try to silence me. Or we're not going to deliver your daughter's package if, you know, you keep talking about what it is that you're talking about. Okay? It's ridiculous. All right? So, offer delivery, right? April 15th, arrive at the post office. What post office? Right? April 15th, moving through network